statistics about church and what it does to people. And you are here in church, and it's the new year, and so pat yourself on the back. If you're here in person, pat yourself on the back for being here in person. Good job. Okay, it's going to save your life being here in person in more ways than one. If you're here online, you can pat yourself or your neighbor on the back at home. You're half as good, okay? I don't think it will have, it's great that you're here. I don't think it will have the same effect. It will have some of the same effect, but not all of it. But let's go through, like we did last year, just a few amazing statistics of what church attendance does in people's lives, because it's going to show us that this is actually true. The church is salt and light. It's not just we should try hard to be salt and light. We should. But Jesus created the church. He's the one who's in control of it, and he causes it to be what it is. And so it has an effect on people's lives. Okay, check this out. So this is, I don't remember this, Vanderweel. I think that's his name. His name will be on a slide later. He is a professor at Harvard University. He's done extensive research, as have others as well. He's not the only one to research in this area. The effects of church attendance on individuals and on society. Attending church once a week or more is correlated with reduced mortality by 20 to 30% over a 15-year period. Now, if you sort of speak in academic studies language, you should just be floored by that statistic immediately. What does it mean? If you attend church once a week, you are 20 to 30% less likely to die. That's what it means. From all causes. How can that possibly be? The only things that even come close to this are the things that you hear society telling you to do all the time. What does every news station, all your Google or your iPhone feed, your doctor, what do they tell you to do, especially in the new year? What are the things they're always harping on that you should do? Diet and exercise, right? Change your diet and exercise. Check this out, okay? If you were to exercise 5 to 10 hours a week, think about how many hours that is. 5 to 10 hours a week, which is 2 to 4 times the recommended moderate activity level. That is correlated with a 26 to 31% reduction in all-cause mortality, according to the AMA in 2023. That means you can get the same effect. Seriously, you can get the same effect exercising 5 to 10 hours a week or going to church once a week. So that means I can keep you here on Sundays for 5 to 10 hours. Now, really, I'm not telling you to avoid exercise. I'm not telling you to come to church instead of exercising, okay? Exercise is very important. Look at that. That is a massive effect on your life. And exercise has lots of other effects. What I am pointing out is what our society never seems to say and should be screaming at the same volume or louder than it's screaming exercise. Your doctor should be prescribing church. He should. Like very obviously, not maybe, very obviously, he should be, you're sick, go to church. You should also take medicine and exercise and eat right, and you should join a church and be part of it. And you should show up there every week. Notice it's attendance once a week or more that's correlated with that. Not just kind of saying you're part of a church and, maybe you get there once in a while. Which is also better than nothing, okay? Here's another one just to compare. Consistent healthy eating. So you change your whole diet, okay? Become a vegan or whatever it is, okay? Was shown to reduce overall mortality by 16 to 22% compared to a typical North American diet. Should you try to eat right this year? Is that something you should do? Try to eat more vegetables and eat better? Yes. But it's going to have less impact, even just on your physical health, than going to church once a week. Less impact, even if you do it perfectly. What? Crazy. Here's another quote. Those who participate in religious services at least once a week are more optimistic, have lower rates of depression, are less likely to commit suicide than those who don't. One large-scale study of U.S. women found that those who attended religious services at least once a week were 5 times less likely to kill themselves than those who never attended. This is what I spent most of the message on last year, is that our society is going through a mental health crisis We all know this. And there are many different factors and things you can do to help people's mental health or your own, but one that almost never gets talked about is this. Doctors, mental health professionals should be prescribing church attendance, and they're not, because it's not politically correct. And this is remarkable, social support. So everybody knows that just having a social group, right, it has health benefits. This has been studied for many years. But the studies on church attendance show that the social aspect of church only accounts for about a quarter of the benefits. So there's something else happening in church that is 3 times more effective than just joining a club. What in the world is it? What could it possibly be that's happening in church that's 3 times more effective than just joining a club? Well, could it be God? Could it be the Spirit of the living God who made you lives among his people? Could it maybe be that? And here, that's his, Tyler Vanderweel, that's his name. Here's his final quote from him. If one could conceive of a single elixir to improve the physical and mental health of millions of Americans at no personal cost, right? Think about how much money our government is trying to pour into the healthcare system and failing. No cost to the government or to society, really, of people attending church. It's free. What value would our society place on it? Unfortunately, the answer is almost none. Our society places almost no value on it, just because we don't want to talk about God. But you should place an incredibly high value on it.